Hello, my name's Jeremiah, and today we're going to be going to go over three things. First is how to SSH into our system, in which case that would be Bulldog for us. Second, we're going to learn how to make an alias to save us some time, so that way we won't have to type out the whole SSH command every time we use it. And last, we will kind of go over how to use SSH without having to input our password and the kind of steps that we have to do to create it. I'm going to be doing this on Linux, more specifically the Kali Linux distro, but the steps will or should work for any Linux distro as well as the Mac OS X system. So let's go ahead and dive in. First, go ahead and open up your terminal shell. Next, if you want to learn more about the SSH command, go ahead and type man SSH. It'll hit you in a less field to go down. Just hit the up and down arrows or the space bar, and you can read up on the command. Otherwise, if you're finished, go ahead and hit Q to quit, and then type in SSH your X500 at bulldog.d.umn.edu. Generally, it will ask you for a fingerprint signature if you have not signed into the system before. You will go ahead and type in yes, not not Y, otherwise they'll just ask you to retype in yes again. Next, go ahead and enter your password. This is the same password that you use to sign into email. And that's it. You'll get that you have successfully logged in, and it'll set you up with this Bulldog 1%. You can verify that you're there by typing pwd, and then there we are. It'll give you the path to your user folder there. Okay, so next we're going to move over into how to make an alias. So go ahead and type exit, so we can exit out of our connection to Bulldog. Okay, so we successfully learned how to SSH. Now we want to learn how to so that way we don't have to type SSH username at bulldog.d.umn.edu. To do that, all you have to do is first let's check if we have that file. Go ahead and type ls-al because we want to see if hitting files. Now we're going to look over here, and if there is not a file called .bash_profile, then go ahead and create one. And all you have to do to create one is vim.bash_profile. Now I know what a few of you are saying, yes, you can use a different editor. But if you don't know of the editor, go ahead and type that. You get to this weird mode, go ahead and hit the letter I on your keyboard. That's for insert. And then go ahead and type, first go ahead and type the pound key. And I'm just going to say user alias. This is just a comment in the file, and I just do that because my files can sometimes get quite large. Next, go ahead and type alias, and then the name of whatever command you want to use to log in or to take over for that SSH feed. So in this case, we're just going to type in UMD and then hit the equals symbol and then double quotes and then type in that SSH command at bulldog.d.umn.edu. Once you have finished, go ahead and hit the escape key, and then you notice that, and then hit the colon key, WQ, and then that's write and quit. And then now go ahead and do that ls command, and this time I'm just going to pipe it into a grep command. If you don't know what that is, that's a-okay. And I'm just going to, that's just so I can just get that one point. And then here we see that I have created the file right there at the bottom there. Okay, so now what have we done? We have created a command, but before we can use this command, before the system will recognize it, we either have to do one of two things. One, you can either close out of the shell and reopen the shell, or you can go ahead and type source tilde, because we want to be in our home directory for this, and then .bash, and that file that we just created, that bash profile. After that, go ahead and type the name of the command that you just did, and then you can enter in your password. And you have logged into the system. And that's all you have to do from now on instead of typing out that full the key phrase for SSH. So go ahead and type in exit. Then next we're going to learn how to make it so you don't even have to type in your password. And this would only be done on a trusted machine. Next, to create this password or passwordless environment, we are going to use a pair of authentication keys, which behind the scenes will authenticate to say, yes, I am who I really am. In order to make these keys, we're going to need a utility called SSH keygen. So go ahead and type which SSH-keygen. And if a line appears that means that you have the utility to do this. If it does not show up, you will not be able to perform these stints. It should natively come on most Linux distros and in most Mac OS X, most versions of Mac OS X. So next, go ahead and type, if you do have it, go ahead and follow the rest of these steps, and then type in SSH keygen, and then it'll say it's creating, and where do we want to save the key? Just go ahead and use the default location. It'll ask you for a passphrase. Just hit enter. We don't need a passphrase. Then you have successfully created your encryption key. Now we need to copy over our encryption key to the server. In order to do this, you're just going to type in SSH, your username at bulldog.d.umn.edu, and then we're going to make a directory and use the -p option here and .ssh. It will then ask you, if it does ask you for a key fingerprint, just go ahead and type in yes. And then go ahead and enter your password. And success. And now we're going to want to append our new public key to the authorized keys on the server. So to do that, we're just going to go ahead and cat, which is just to print off or concatenate the file, and we're going to pipe that into our SSH command here. So go ahead and just type this in. If it doesn't make sense, that's fine. Know that it will work. .ssh. And then this will just take a second, and then it'll ask for your password. Go ahead and enter in your password. And then now, if you also made the alias from before, you should just be able to type in your alias, and it should just log us into the system without any password. And as you see, you have successfully logged into the system without any password, and you are finished. Just to let you know a little bit more what was with those other steps, go ahead and type in ls-a, and you notice a new directory was created, that is SSH here. And if you want to cd into that, and then ls again, and you notice that we have an authorized keys here. And if you want to, go ahead and type in less authorized keys, and that's your public encryption key right there. And that's what authenticates you. And your private key is on your local machine, and then it matches with this public encryption key and says, yep, you're who you are, who you say you are, and just automatically logs you in. I hope that saves you some time in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.